Westworld Season 5 Everything We Know. With Season 4 of the show coming to a close and it quite literally hitting the reset button as we now look to embark on one final test to see if civilization can be restored, the final season of the show is going to have a lot to offer, and I imagine an ending that will either be extremely bleak or one that will look to provide hope. With that, I thought I'd take a look at all that was out there about the show and give my theories and predictions as to what I think could happen next. So, let's get into it. Here is Westworld Season 5 Everything We Know. Just to let you know, this video will contain spoilers. The story. The Season 4 finale left an endless amount of possibilities for Season 5 of the show, but we know one thing for certain that's going to happen. Dolores is now in control, in the Sublime, and has rendered a version of the park from Westworld Season 1 as a way of taking it back to where it all began to see if there is a chance for civilization moving forward. A somewhat test, so to speak. She's essentially in control of it all. By the end of Season 4, hosts had been destroyed, humans were decreasing in numbers and don't really stand a chance of survival based on how small the population now was, and also due to the current state of the world. So Dolores is now the only chance of seeing if sentient life is something that's able to populate the surroundings in the future. Otherwise, it will become a land of nothing. We don't know exactly what her test is, so to speak, but I would imagine that because she's taken things right back to the start of the show, we'd see the same kind of events unfold. But as sentient behavior will start to become more present among the hosts that she rendered into the world if they find it, I believe we'll be looking to see if the same kind of outcomes will occur. And these events that will unfold will either show the side of violence and chaos, or the deep peace that Maya spoke about earlier on. Violence and chaos is what's unfolded in the past, and if it's something that happens in the future, then I believe that sentient life will cease to exist. We know that there are characters still out there in the Sublime after entering it last season, such as Teddy and also Maeve with her daughter, so there's nothing to say that Dolores won't go looking for them. One of the final encounters with Teddy that she had within Hale's world at the end of Season 4 consisted of them saying that they were going to find each other, so I think that's something that we're going to see. It seems as though Dolores holds the future of civilization in the palm of her hand, in the sense that she's the one calling the shots. My fear will be what may come of the Sublime if she deems it not worthy to continue. The cast. With the story ultimately ending up with Dolores recreating the Westworld Park from Season 1 inside of the Sublime, and having the ability to not only create every person that she's ever encountered, but also go after the people in the Sublime, the possibilities are endless. All hosts and humans, other than a select few, were destroyed or dead by the final episode in Season 4, so I imagine it's going to be the memory from Dolores that's going to dictate which cast members return in Season 5 of the show. With it being set in the setting of Season 1, and there being a reset on the story and the loop beginning again, we could encounter a lot of cast members that we saw from Season 1 of the show. I think it's safe to say that we'll definitely see Dolores and Teddy, along with seeing Maeve and I imagine her daughter. It could prove to be difficult to see William and Hale due to the fact that their pearl was destroyed completely. However, as it's based on Dolores' memory, she could well simulate them back into the park as part of her test. I imagine we could also see Bernard, Stubbs, Clementine, and I would hope, seeing as though it would be the final season, they'd look to bring Anthony Hopkins back as Ford, as it would be back at the start of the loop. And with Dolores stating that it would end where it began, one would imagine that it would be possible for him to return, as it all started with him. The release date. The release date of the final season is something that's currently unknown. We know that the creators of the show had always planned for there to be 5 seasons of Westworld, and if this were to be the final one, we would have most definitely known about it, as Season 5 of the show is set to get filming in early 2023, so we'll most likely hear if the show has the green light prior to that date. When looking back at the show's history and the release schedule for it, there's always tended to be around a 2-year gap between releases, meaning that Season 5, the final season of the show, will likely be getting aired around early to mid-2024, so we do have quite a while to wait until a new season does get released. Unfortunately for now, that's all that's known about Westworld Season 5. I'm sure more information will get released as time goes on, starting with if there will be a Season 5. So, there you have it, Westworld Season 5 Everything We Know. If you want to see more videos on Westworld such as endings explained, theories and predictions and character breakdowns, then click on the I button. or alternatively you can head over to my channel where you'll find them all. If you want to give me a show or movie that you'd like me to review, then head over to my Twitter, @BrainPilot_, and tweet me what show or movie you'd like me to review next. And finally, if you'd like to see what I rate the movies that don't quite make the cut to getting a dedicated video, then head over to my Letterboxd profile. It's where I rate the latest releases in real time. What do you think is going to happen in Season 5? Leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.